Okay, so I'm going to be doing another comic book drawing year-end. This is my studio. I call it Art in the Studio, so I'll get right into it. When I was going into college for art, comic book drawing was an option for me, but markers were always expensive, like Copic markers, so I didn't do a lot of it. Even stuff like watercolor was expensive, so I ended up getting into painting after, but at the time I did not have money for it. So Copics are pretty expensive, $5 to $10 for just one marker. I'm gonna try to buy a small marker for the face, but we'll see. Maybe if I could buy some comic book paper next year, if we want to be more direct to what you're interested in. You could buy comic book paper, you could buy animation paper. If you want to really tell people, hey, I'm into comics, and you can buy comic book paper. Coloring is also expensive, so I just do pencil, crayons. I don't color with marker. You could probably try doing this onto watercolor paper, maybe, but it's going to be really hard to see when you're trying to draw the image on top of the watercolor. Might be harder for the light box to pick up. So I try to block in the big shapes first. I like a really big marker with this. I'm just doing really harsh edges, but this is a big marker. So if you have one that really skinny markers, you could pay a lot for them. Copics are really expensive, so I stay away from them. But if I could find, maybe get one Copic marker next year, to keep this practice. This is a highlight, and this is all. It's good to have the original reference beside you, so you know when you're coloring what to color. You have to be more precise when you're applying for animation, but for comics, this style might be enough. I don't recommend drawing from freehand, and starting to ink it from freehand. It's really hard that way. It's just frustrating for me to do that. It takes time, and it's a lot quicker to just trace it out and you just zoom it to the maximum size of your paper. Or if you want to do a half pose, you could draw it bigger. So you could try a bigger paper if you're interested in bigger paper. But for me, 8x10 is good enough. So I'm trying to get all this blocked in, so it's going to be ready for color. So I'm going to circle here. Old age, your hand starts jittering a little bit, so going back to school, old age for something like animation might be really hard for a lot of people. But for some reason, a lot of people want that program, so I do want to keep up my animation as well. For areas like this, I'm going to need like a fine marker, and a fine marker you can pay anywhere $10 to even more. So you gotta really watch out with art supplies. I can make it a little bit thicker in some areas. Go with thick and thin. Might not be for everybody. I could be a little bit more precise around the breasts, but I want to be more exactly round. In these little areas, I'm going to need a smaller marker. But then sign it somewhere. You could draw your lettering if you want to. If it's part of the image. So no harm in drawing out the lettering. So this is the year-end drawing. I really like a hard chisel, but it does cost a fair bit of money to get your supplies, even in the marker drawing. I'm going to leave it at that. I like to even initial on the drawing somewhere and date it. What year are we in? 23? Comics? 23. Make each name the character. Try to get the muscle. So you're drawing freehand a lot in school, but I don't recommend it freehand. You need to get a small marker. I will need a smaller marker for this. So I'm gonna leave it at that right now. And some shading. The whole outfit's going to be very dark. So these are just the highlights, and all this is going to be really dark. If I were to get a Copic marker or something, I could even do it in pencil. I'm going to do it in pencil, or even just a basic, good, strong marker. You could do something, but often color is pretty expensive, and I never did much. Even though I did like it in school, it was expensive for me, so I don't think I'd do a little bit of marker drawing. But you could get better paper, stronger paper, and then just have the original drawing. Take a blank sheet of paper, put it over top, and trace it out. And I do want to keep up on my marker drawing. So it's good practice for me. Animation is something more expensive, so only thing I really liked with animation was the bouncing ball and stuff like that, walk cycle. And this is where I also had interest in, was the comics. But I ended up taking art, so I forgot about comics, and just coming back to me, and I do want to keep it up. So if you're going to do coloring, you can take your choice, watercolor, markers, or whatever. I like to use pencil crayon, so just need to have a printout image. I don't have a printer on hand, so when you're coloring, it's good to have your original reference so you know what you're coloring. Or you're displaying color where you don't need to. And you could try taking something like this and making it bigger. If you want to draw bigger, you could draw bigger. Put two sheets of paper together and just zoom it out. But yeah, you have to really draw it properly. And freehand is good, but it's really hard. Particular area, I want to connect at least there. Skinny markers, detailed markers are really expensive. Big markers are a bit cheaper, and not much cheaper, but it was very expensive for me to learn marker drawing. I do enjoy comics. Thanks for watching. So I'm going to try to keep it to comics when I do this tutorial video. Thanks for watching. This is Catwoman.